I'm Pastor Greg Lutz. I'm a pastor at Peace Lutheran Church in Windsor, Ontario. And one of my secondary duties or jobs, or calling I guess you would say, would be as a reserve chaplain with the Canadian Armed Forces. The specific unit that I serve is called the Essex and Kent Scottish. The reserve chaplain is kind of a unique ministry because it gives an opportunity to reach out to people that wouldn't necessarily have the opportunity to hear the gospel. As chaplains in the armed forces, we're given the rank of captain, and we do that because of two reasons. One, that it's not so far away from the soldiers that they don't want to talk to us, but in the same sense, it's close enough to the higher ups, the colonels and the generals, that they have a chance, they want to listen to us. One of the unique ministries that we have is to be able to talk to the men and women in our units. Number of times that I get to see our men, usually we parade on a Tuesday evening, and out of that evening I get to spend at least probably 15 minutes to a half an hour just sitting and talking with them about issues, and it's just amazing hearing what's coming out of the generation that's there, and we have the opportunity to bring to these kids when they're hurting and they're confused about where they are in life and where their role is, to be able to bring the gospel to them and to be able to say, if there's more to this life, there's more than just to what you're doing today. It's about Jesus Christ and how He cares for you, and how so much we have the opportunity to bring the message of healing to these kids. And many of the kids are probably anywhere between 16 and their early to mid 20s. And the other aspect of our job is kind of in unique situations where we get to bring those concerns of our soldiers to the commanding officers, and we represent them and we talk on their behalf to our higher ups. Some of the neat things that we do is that when we go out into the field for training, we take times where we take a moment and we sit back and we have worship services with them in the field. We counsel, we offer counseling to the soldiers, and just hearing the message of the gospel is just, sometimes we're the only place that they get to hear that, because many of these soldiers now don't even know who God is, or their idea of what God is so warped that it's almost not even Christian. But we have that message to sit down and talk with them and to counsel them and speak on their behalf, and they see us as chaplains. It's not just another soldier, but they respect the fact that we are chaplains first and officers second. There's many a times when I'd be talking to our soldiers and they'd be swearing left or right, but they always take that moment to stop and look at us and say, "Oh, well, we're sorry, Padre," and then they keep going. But the respect that they know they're there, and even when they're out in the field, they may have times where they may curse and they may swear, but they need to have a chapel there. They want their chaplains there because we represent something that they need, and that is the gospel of the security. A lot of these soldiers are going off into war in Afghanistan and other places, and they're scared. One of the unique situations I had was back in January, and the city had a Thank the Armed Forces Day at one of the hockey games. And 4 of our men were jumping out of the ceiling, rappelling from the ceiling of the hockey rink at the beginning, and they were scared. And the neat thing, what they did was they pulled me aside, and they said, "Padre, can you just be with us? Just be with us when we jump, just so that we know that we're safe, and we just want you there with us." And when I'm telling this to other pastors in the city, they actually get jealous because they don't get that opportunities, and we do. And it's so important because they see us there, and they see us as we represent hope, and we represent the gospel. And it's just such a great privilege. And I think if someone were to ask me what can we do to help, would be to pray for us, and just keep us in your prayers constantly, because we are battling a non-Christian segment, and your prayers are more than what you can ever imagine. Again, thank you for your constant your prayers and your support, and praise be to God.